Got a couple of upgrade parts here, just come in for the Sonicwake 24. Also got a new rudder, 4 pickups and 2 outlets for the Blackjack 24. I won't be able to install that because I got carried away and did some modifications on this one, so I don't know. I might buy another one of these boats to do this installation video. We'll see about that later. I'm not going to worry about that, but for now I've got these 3 parts here. One is the rudder, all aluminium, to get rid of the plastic, bracket here. Also, I haven't got the standard rudder with me, but they do have a lot of play, the factory ones, so that's a fairly big advantage. There's no wobble there, there's nothing. Second thing is an adjustable strut. This one will need just a slight modification. I'm going to have to lose that bit there, because the idea of the adjustable strut, it needs to be able to move or up and down. So if that's there, it will be locked in. So that will give us the ability to make the boat a little bit faster by raising it up a little bit. The other thing I have that it didn't work out, or it didn't come the way I wanted it to, is some wider trim tabs. So if you're going to be upgrading it, you want a little bit bigger trim tabs, and you want to be able to adjust them. Now they made these wrong. They've just made the thing like this. This here is adjustable, but they've made the whole trim tab out of aluminium, so there's no way to flex it or bend it. So that was a little bit of a mistake, so I won't be bothering about those. I mean, I might chuck them on just to see what it's like, or see if there's a difference, because it's just dead level, so it really shouldn't affect the boat much. The idea of a trim tab is to be able to push it down if you need to make the boat steady, but this boat is all stock, so it's not really needed. So what I'm going to do is just bolt the rudder on first. Hopefully my holes line up exactly, everything here is perfect, and then we'll do the strut. Okay, so it's passed the first test. The holes line up. I mean, you never know exactly. You send these samples over to copy and improve, but yeah, you don't know until you fit the first one that the holes are going to line up. So that's all good. So I'm going to take that out, put a bit of silicone on here, and then tighten it up, and then bolt this part on. Now getting these nuts all the way in there onto the bolts here is an absolute pain. I've dropped it about 5 times already, so I've taped it on there. I've just put a bit of hatch tape on there, just so it doesn't fall off when I feed it in. Oh, let me tell you something, that job sucked. Do yourself a favour, take your servo out straight away before you even try and get any bolts in there, and then realise that the cooling tube that comes up to here is right in the way of the bolt on that side. You're kind of just gonna, you just got to figure it out. It didn't take me that long, but I was probably 5 minutes putting that second bolt on. Not that big a deal, but just as well the camera wasn't on, let's just say that. Putting the strut in is right in the middle, so there's nothing in the way, so it's going to be nice and easy. So I'm just going to trim that just to make room for this. I'll leave this part here so that can still hang on to that, I reckon, so we can still have that cool little drain plug holding on. Let's see. Right, so what I was saying with making this too long, this part, if this is pushing right up against here, then you can't do, you can't move it. So I've probably made it too short, but I don't care about that. I could push the Teflon liner in a little bit, like from the top, just push it down a little bit and then it'll come out here. I don't think I'm going to bother. Now I'm not going to put this in without greasing it permanently, but I'm just going to feed it in. make sure the bearing that we've got in here is suited to this size here, so it's all good. Alright, so I'll tighten that up and I'll make it dead level, and when I test it at the lake, what I want to do is, if I want to try and make the boat a little bit quicker, a little bit more unstable but faster, I will just angle him up just a little bit. And I'm only talking like a millimetre, not that much, just a little bit out. You've also got a slot in here to make this be able to go up and down just a little bit. When you're going up, it's, if I go back to the start, if you're angling the prop up, it should lift the front of the boat up a little bit and make it a little bit quicker, although more unstable. If you leave it level and lift the strut up, that actually pushes the hull of the boat down and makes it more stable but slower. So it kind of does the opposite. So if you want it to be loose, you would push the strut down just a touch, and that will lift the boat up a little bit and make her a bit quicker. I'm going to set it dead level so I can see where my cable is there, and I'm just going to make sure it's going right into the middle of this, and because that's exactly where it was with the original strut. Okay, so if I was going to cut that again, I would make it longer just because of this. So because this is probably going to end up falling off and, you know, running on the cable there. So what I'm going to do is just pop a bit of glue, just a bit of CA glue, just a drop on the back of that, so it stays onto the boat there. But if I was going to do it again, I'd make it just a touch longer. Like I said, I can still push the Teflon liner and sort of cover that up as well. But what do we got here? Got 5mm. 5mm from the back of the boat to the front of this. So if you cut it at like 4mm, that will hide all that. You can also, now I've cut that, I could also just loosen this and just slide the stuffing tube back a couple of millimetres to fix that as well. So you've always got options, it's no big deal. Now a bit of a change of plan with this. I was just about to run a cooling line into here and put a separate circuit in there, but then I thought, no, I don't think I will. In the stock setup, there's probably no need to do any of that to make extra cooling. The advantage of the rudder is, like I said before, it's a metal bracket here. It's not going to flex, it's not going to break, and the other thing is you're not going to have all the play that you'd normally get with the factory, you know, rudder. Got the kickback there as well. I can't remember if the factory one has a kickback or not. As for the cooling, I think unless you're going to put a in-runner motor in there that has a cooling jacket, there's probably not much point doing running an extra cooling line to here, because, you know, that's to outrun a problem. You can only cool just the front of the motor. So I think I'm just going to leave that, and I'm just going to sell these as just a rudder on their own. If someone wants to use the pickup to cool, then they can buy some tubing and a hose cover and an outlet, but just to keep the cost down, because they're a fairly cheap boat as well, I think I'll just sell these as just a rudder on their own. And of course the strut's self-explanatory, that's got its gains there. And yeah, later on we'll move on to these and I'll get them made up in tin that can bend. I might just throw these on anyway. I just thought at the end of this video, I thought I'd just quickly show you how. I was just about to grease the cable. I thought, no, I'll adjust that tube back a little bit. Should do it right. And look at that, I've got just enough adjustment there. I can just push this out here to seal up that hole there, that gap there. So it's a pretty easy job to fit. You know, everything lines up. There's nothing to modify apart from just trimming the stuffing tube a little bit.